Hey now, Adam Reaver, fu-tone.com, continuing the less crappier video series and the replacement series, fixing a lot of the old videos. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a big block. Very simple. We're going to do it on a standard locking trem. I'm going to show you how to install it, reset up the bridge, and then refloat it if you want to. Very simple process. Don't be intimidated. If you have the ability to change your own strings, you have the ability to do this. And I will walk you through it. I'll always help you. You can always reach out through the site. We're here. Let's rock. Big block install. Okay, step number one is remove your strings. You don't have to waste your strings if you don't want. You can loosen them and just put a piece of tape over the neck and move them to the side, or remove them completely. For this demonstration, I'm going to remove these completely. Okay, strings are removed. Flip your guitar over. Remove the springs. Fu-tone spring hook tool comes in handy here. Springs off. Bridge pops right out. Once the bridge is out of the guitar, I'm going to show you a little trick you could do that's going to help you save time on intonating. We're still going to intonate, but if you take a picture of where your saddle spacing is to begin with. So sometimes I'll take the bridge, I'll whip out my phone, and I'll take a picture of where the saddles were, just as a starting point. Don't worry, we're going to intonate. So I know where we were. Now let's take the bridge apart. First thing you do, remove the string lock screws. You can remove the saddle inserts or leave them in, just don't lose them. Next, we're going to loosen the saddle mounting screws. Once the screws are removed, take your saddles out. If you mix your saddles up, they make a radius. So if you put them at the edge of your table and look across the front edge of the saddle, you'll see the two E's are the lowest, the A and the B are up a little higher, and the D and the G are the highest, creating an arc. Next, you should have 3 screws holding the block, that little tiny block, to your base plate. Remove the 3 screws, base plate. You have this little finger guy. And you have this little spacer shim guy in the block. This little thing, this little tone sucker, is garbage. It's trash. Throw it away. Just like that. We're going to replace this funny little thing with this. Big difference. So the way I like to do it, where it says Fu-tone at the bottom, that side will be facing the nut moving forward because your spring holes will be closer to the nut. So I take 1 screw, put it through the center hole, put the little finger plate on, take the block, just get the screw started. Once the screw is started, put the other 2 screws in, tighten them up, halfway home. I'm going to take my saddles, drop them right back in, hold it all together. You don't want it to land on the floor. Put the string lock screws back in. Then what I like to do is take your picture back out and look at the spacing of where your saddles were, and don't completely lock them down. Just get them a little snug, medium snug, because we're still going to intonate. That's simple. Just in a couple minutes. Bridge back together, looking good. Let's install it. Bridge is all ready to rock. Let's put it back in, drop it right in the hole, hold it on the posts, give your guitar a flip over. You could put a towel down or something soft to keep everything happy. Let's reinstall the springs with the spring hook tool. Put the loop end on the claw first. Grab the straight part, pull it straight, Drop it right in the hole. That easy. Put your springs in. Nobody got hurt. At this point, we're going to restring the guitar. Everyone has their method for stringing. One of the things I like to do is run the strings backwards, so the ball end is up at the headstock. Goes something like this. If you pull the string through the headstock, hold it right above the bridge, and I clip it right above the fine tuner of the bridge. Drop the end in the saddle, in the center, straight to the bottom. Tighten it up. Put a little tension on it. There you go. Do all 6. Okay, strings are on. Give them a good stretch, because we're going to do a setup and intonation. Strings are on and stretched. Set your fine tuners to 50%. A good rule of thumb that I do if I'm going to set them at 50% is I'll put the E all the way down. I'll put the D all the way out. I'll set the A right between the two. The A is 50%. Then I'll set everything to the same height as the A, at least in the neighborhood. So at this point, guys who block your bridge permanently, block your bridge, level to the body, little extra spring tension for now for setup, and you're done this step. For you floating guys, this is the don't panic part, but I'm going to save you. This will save you later. We're going to temporarily block the bridge. I'm going to show you how. So this little area between the wood and the block where you can put something between, I like to put something in there temporarily. You can use a wrench, a screw, see what fits that's going to make your bridge level to the body. So in this case, I'll push the arm down a little. I'm going to try this screw. I'll put it right there temporarily. I'm going to see where the bridge is. Bridge is level to the body perfectly. So I got lucky with that one. Little tip, sometimes if the screw's not thick enough, you can put a little tape around it. So I have the right distance block. I want to add extra tension for setup only. You can do that 2 ways. You can tighten the claw screws and add more tension, or temporarily for setup, throw an extra spring. Toss an extra spring right on there. This is all going to be temporary. So the bridge is blocked and level to the body. At this point, you're going to tune your guitar. Okay, tuning is done. Next step, intonation. Theoretically, you should wear your guitar or sit it on your lap while you do intonation. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to leave the guitar flat on the bench. I'm going to take the neck out of the neck rest. I'm going to intonate this by hand. I'm going to show you how to do it by hand. In another video, I'll show you how to use the key intonation tool, which is a nice aid to use, but knowing how to do it by hand is helpful. So I'm going to do the E string. First thing you do is tune the E open at the headstock. Open E. I'm going to hit the 12th harmonic and then the fretted note at the 12th. What I'm looking for is the difference between the 12th harmonic and the fretted note. If the fretted note is sharper than the harmonic, I'm going to move the saddle away from the nut. If the fretted note is flatter on my tuner, I'm going to move the saddle towards the nut. So we have it open E tuned. Here's the 12th harmonic. And here's the fretted note. So you see the fretted note is flat. I'm going to move the saddle towards the nut. All I'm going to do is loosen the string tension, hold the saddle in place with my finger, loosen the saddle mounting screw, move it forward about 2 millimeters, tighten it back down, retune open string, open E, 12th harmonic, fretted 12th. Boom. The difference between the 12th harmonic and the fretted note will tell you which way to move your saddle. You should be able to get it within 1 or 2 moves, and you'll see how easy it is. And then, boom, you're intonated. Do all 6. Okay, we've intonated all 6 strings. The bridge is still temporarily blocked. Here's what you've been waiting for, guys. The floating refloat move. If your guitar's bridge starts creaking out of range, you can always do a reset by temporarily blocking it, retuning and setting it up, and then doing this move. I'm going to go back to where we were. I'm going to remove the extra spring from the extra tension. I'm going to remove this little screw or whatever you jammed in there for your temporary block. And everything should go sharp. Don't panic. The last step of the process is you're going to hold the guitar in your left hand. With your right hand, you're going to set up your screwdriver in the claw. I'm going to pluck the A string with my left hand, and I'm going to adjust the claw until the A string is in tune. See how sharp it is? I'm going to let the claw out. Bounce between the 2 screws to keep it kind of level. And right when you get close, your bridge is right back to where you blocked it, dead level to the body. In tune, floating. You're good to go. There you have it. Dead easy. Big block install, intonation, setup, floating your bridge, refloating your bridge the easy way. Now you know. Enjoy the tone. fu-tone.com